Hello?
Hello.
Dave also here?
I feel like he just never jumped out yesterday. I feel like we should tell him. I think I heard him in the background.
I'm gonna actually just... Dave, are you here? Yeah, we'll just throw him in the second channel for now.
Yeah, that's probably the responsible thing to do. Alright. I'm fixing, so I just made a change that should fix most of your problems.
Okay, so... Because I made some
Basically,
changes to the triangle already. Were any of them to the actual triangle, or were they all...
no, the change is, well, yeah, actually one was, but it was a simple change to remove the old line renderer or rendered line script
Whatever,
because I'm
just push yours
deleting
and I'll
that.
pull it and
Yeah.
I'll copy mine.
It should just fix itself. It should not be a merge
Or actually,
issue.
I'll just commit mine before, right? And then I can...
Yeah, it'll
Well,
merge.
actually, well, so what did you do exactly? Because I can tell you the lines I changed. They're
It's
not
not
many.
gonna affect yours. I almost guarantee. I literally just moved the rendered line stuff references. You only had 2 references in there for it, and it was old stuff that isn't being used.
Okay.
Because let me real quick. I need to write a summary for this. So I have a new function right now that's gonna give you one list. Basically, it's gonna go through all the meshes, get the mesh points, or get the vertices from each mesh, and then put them all in one list for you to use. So that should already work with the
So I tried getting those
triangle.
were the lines that I tried changing in the triangle were to the. So I saw that you had a get points list
You
function.
should, well, yeah, so I think I already pulled that. So if you already have get point, I saw that you had a get points list. I didn't realize that was new, but it will work with that. And now that I'm thinking
Well, I
every
actually
rune is probably going to need to use get points list. So right now I'm just trying to decide if I should even keep get points at all.
so
Because
I wasn't even able to I
it
can't
didn't work.
remember.
The get points list didn't work before. It
Right,
was
right,
just
okay, yes,
a
that's what I was trying to get around.
It was just there to hold the spot, essentially. You probably saw I have a fix me in there for it. For get points and get points lists. They both, neither of them did what they needed to do. It was just
Okay,
something
okay,
I need
got
to
it,
go
got it.
back and
Okay,
do.
maybe I won't do anything then, because that if you did that, if those work now, then
But get points list will work. I'm trying to decide if I even want get points. I guess get points is basically just
get
if
points is
you want it
just
as an
returning as an
array.
array. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the original intention, because array structures to encourage people to use an array because they're more efficient. But you're looping over them anyway, one by one, so it doesn't matter. I guess it's a little slower
Maybe
because they're
not in
not like.
any, maybe not in every scenario. Like if I don't know what shapes ways we'll use the shapes in the
Well,
future. So
I'll just have this.
here, actually, I'm just gonna take a screenshot of this in case I need to reference it later, because it's not many changes. And then I will I don't even think I need to.
This merge should happen pretty smoothly, and it might be a good idea to just get
I'm just
used to
saying
it.
the changes I made probably don't need to be made if it was all um, in order to try and get the points and work with them as to use the get points. So I was able to still get it with get points the to list like as we were originally doing in the old script. I had to change something, I can't remember what, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Let's see what happens. Let me know once I can
Yeah, let me just
fetch.
finish. Okay, so let's do. really should actually just be get points list that to array. That's really all I need to do. I don't need this. I'm getting rid of the second one. The get points is not relevant. I'm thinking more and more. So now we should go through. Image grabber uses it. So let's change that to get. What is it even doing with it? Even use it?
I'm gonna stream so I have a vague idea of what scripts you're working in or anything like that. I really do not understand how your stuff works on the macro level. Like I never know whether to look. I know to look in the rune script for if I want to slotting in the runes I want to turn on and off, and I know we're currently streaming your Discord. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh shoot! Head over there. I keep it on my right screen because it's a super tall screen. I can read more code that way.
Like the image grabber, drawing, rune, classifier, all those things, and how they interact. Like how they are literally components on the player, and one leads to the other. I have no idea.
Yeah, we can go through that at some point. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I just wanna see where it's used. So combine, rune, use it. Okay, so this is probably you just trying to use the old. So this will literally change, but let's just change it now. Get points list.
So let's see if this works. This was the first thing I was gonna try because it didn't work yesterday when I tried it.
I just want to get rid of. There's no reason to have a separate method that just converts it to an array. You can just do that with the toArray. It's a stupid thing. So what else is this? Drawing that get points. This is in.
I mean, you could change it to get points array. Just change the name to get points array, and then it's
just like conceptually, there's no reason. It's just filler, right? You can. There's no fundamental reason why I would need that method.
Sorry.
It's just takes up space and confuses.
What are you looking for?
So let's just get rid of it. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's make sure that didn't break anything.
So with that change, I think
Hopefully everything should just work.
If it doesn't, try look at the debugger, see if the triangle's drawing lines out. If it's drawing lines out from its corners, then it's working. If not, then it's not. I think it still won't work yet, but we'll see.
Something just happened.
So it is not working. Yeah. So yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. So first thing.
Out of range, index out of bounds.
So this is the remove at 0 line. Are you not doing that anymore? Removing the point at the beginning because you set 2 arbitrary ones or something. Remember?
Oh, I don't remember honestly. But either way, you should still be able to remove at 0. There's no reason why this 108. No, this is line 108. It's a different line. Line 108 is vectors for debug draw. It's a debug draw vector thing. Count times 2. Where's the count?
Yeah, but even if that's where it's crashing or like whatever, it's not getting. I don't think it's getting the line here. I can put in the lines I had to show you whether it's even getting the points if you want. That was what was in mine.
I'm just gonna get the points count, the positions count. I should be able to figure it out off of that. I'm gonna debug that. Alright, let's try again. Oh, this is a terrible try.
So try letting go. Well, we'll see what the count is. I can't read it on your screen.
No, it didn't even show up. Did I save that? I did save it. Duplicate rune. Oh wait, hold on. I am messing in the triangle rune when I should be messing in the duplicate rune.
Ah, okay. Maybe we'll just work then.
108. It's still the same thing, except this time largest angle corner point at count. Okay. So I want a debug log. I'll print the positions count. It is still not working because I had changed this before, but we'll see. It is breaking on the count still.
Sorry, breaking on the count of what? What are we counting the number of points?
Yeah, for some reason it just like can't access the point, but let's see. Alright, so positions 206. I probably should also...
So draw a few of them and try to do them quick and let go of both buttons at the same time, and then sometimes I was getting points.
Well, I'm just going to print the count when it breaks. I just want to see. I just want to solve the problem that we're running into now, and then we'll go to the rest of them. Here we go. Triangle. Okay, it breaks at 3. That doesn't make a ton of sense. So count is 3. Then there's 194 positions, and it breaks at line 109. So line 109 is this one, and its count is equal to 3, and it's saying largest corner positions.
Okay, this is different.
Count. So what the hell is largest corner positions?
Is that in find angles by
it's
dot?
Only a vector 3.
Hold on, let me open this in mine. And you're in duplicate, right?
Yeah, so my guess is that it's finding more largest corner positions than there are here. Like,
Oh, this may be because I know what this is. I set a threshold before.
Yeah, their threshold is not like the... So right now, largest corner positions is just defined as a vector 3, or an array of vector 3s that is 3 large. So here, you're trying to access that array of vector 3s that is 3 large, but you're accessing the third position, which would technically be the 4th entry. So it must be finding... So it's finding more than 3 large thresholds. So we need to change that.
So go into the line 107, I think, and change 0.5 to 0.9 and see if you get 3.
That's gonna be even higher. That's gonna be more. The problem isn't that we have less. We have.
Oh,
more
sorry. Maybe it was a low number originally. Okay.
Either way, this isn't how it should be done. We should just find the minimums of these that are not negative. Or actually, negative would be fine. The negative is actually technically what we wanted. Sorry, but it just wasn't working because of the the intricacies of drawing is not like exact. But I just changed it to 0.1. There we go.
And are we getting the right count?
Yeah, so it's working, it's drawing, but how do I look at the...
What is the debug? What did we debug
hold on,
in there?
never mind, this is wrong. This is
I
for some
think
reason,
that's
thought
a
that was
square. Yeah. I had a run where it was like thinking triangles were squares all the time. It was like fucking bizarre.
Retrain. I haven't retrained since that first training. Okay, so this is still at 109, and it still identifies 3. So the problem here is the 3 is like you can't just threshold it. We have to find the minimum. That's easy enough to fix. Let's just. It's not gonna be super efficient. You know what though? I could just store it in a vector 3. Oh, I need to think. Hold on. For each set, you're gonna wind up doing. This is not super efficient but it's constant amount of work at least. You're looking at 3 minimums, so it is a constant amount of work, which just means I guess that actually means it won't scale badly. So
What do
this
you?
isn't.
Sorry, I don't super
Um,
remember how this works when we set this up. So like, what are you talking about with
uh,
minimums?
we need to find the minimum dot product between. So you're going through and finding the dot product between all the vertices, and we need to find the minimum dot product, the minimum 3, because those are likely the corners.
And right now we're finding we're finding 4 that meet our criteria, right? Oh wait. You changed it to 0.1, but you actually need to, if you wanted to do that test, you actually need to change it to 0.1 in 2 other places,
No, it doesn't matter. Like
right?
the problem here is that it's just it's doing that in like it won't doesn't even get past this line. It really doesn't matter. Um, hold on. I will.
Doesn't get past line 109, you said?
It doesn't get past line 109 or whatever it is. So it's happening earlier on. It doesn't matter. The root cause is I know what it is. I'm just here. I'll put my code in here. All right. Let's see if ChatGPT can figure it out. I'm just curious. Or code. GitLab code. Oh wow, this is terrible. This is just a bunch of comment blocks. This looks awful. Okay, so we need, this is gonna be fed in a vector 3.
Wait, sorry, I wasn't watching your
No,
screen.
sorry,
You were
this
utilizing ChatGPT in here.
GitHub Code Lab or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh, this might have it. Dot product. I don't need the index. I do just need the dot product. Yeah, there's a Copilot thing that tries to predict what you're gonna write and make it faster to write shit. Um, larger angles.
Oh, so you didn't like go onto another screen and say, "How do I find the minimum dot product in a
No.
list in C sharp?"
But like, see that it understands basically what I'm trying to do now. Like, so like I need to find the minimum dot product and replace it. So I did. So I just typed in 4 bar I, and then it figured out the rest, like what I was trying to do. So I equals 0 when
Oh
I
wow,
is less
that is
than
like actually
large
pretty.
angles list dot count I plus plus. I'm just checking it now to see if that
So
actually
does
works.
it just look at the
Dot
method
product is
name?
yeah, well, it looks at the method name and what I'm using as an argument and can probably and guesses what I'm trying to do. So
Interesting.
if dot product is greater than large angles list I, which is the case, uh, but this is wrong. We need it to be less than. Okay, this should work. So basically, go through each angle. If the dot product that I give it, oh, but this needs to give you. Hold on, I need to think. This is the This will be. I need to give it a vector. Oh no, I do need to give it an index. What were we storing in this? What was it? These are the points. Okay, we're storing the points themselves.
The middle of the 2 points, right? The middle of
I
3
need to think.
points.
Yeah. So this isn't gonna work exactly the way I wanted it. Dot product. What's the large angles list? Oh, okay.
Largest angle corner points. Is that what you're talking about, or is there another? Because there were other methods we tried, and they may still be in here. I can't remember if
Yeah,
I
I think
deleted them
this is
out.
like kind of shittily made. We did kind of a shitty job at designing this code. Because like, I think the largest angle list is the list of the angles themselves, and the largest angle corner points is a list of the points. But so what we really need to be tracking is the list. We need to be tracking the dot product and get the minimums of all of them basically. Um, so we need we need to be tracking the dot product, the resulting dot product, and the index of of the thing at that point.
Where even is large angle list used? I'm only seeing it used in the start and initialized with math.infinity, and that's it. It never is used again in mine.
Yeah, probably old code then.
So that can probably just be removed. That might have been from one of the other methods that we had removed, because we had two other methods, or I had two other methods before corner angles list. So that
I
might
know what we
just...
need to do though. So basically we have the large angle corner. These are the points. We don't need the points themselves because we could just get the points from the vector, the list of points. What we actually need to store is the dot product, so that as we go over, we can check them against the minimums. So let's just do, here, let's private. This will be float. And this will be vertex.
So
Products. Yeah, that'll be fine.
here, when you're done,
And then the dot products will be, so then for, I'll just do vertex dot products. I'm just gonna do lazy is equal to this is the general idea of what we were trying to do before. So now we have set of dot products that is equal to 3 math.infinity. And now we can go through, so that this will be in vertex dot products dot length, I think. If it's less than vertex dot products at that position, then the vertex dot products here will be I, and then we'll also need a parallel list that's private int, nope, int, and yeah, we can call it vertex dot product indices. That's fine. Thank you, ChatGPT, or Code Lab is what, or Copilot is what it's called.
will this work with the community version of Visual Studio?
You have to pay for it. So I pay $10 a month to use it, but it has a free trial. I think they knocked the free trial.
Damn,
down
10 a month is a lot for that. I mean, it's a
what
nice
I
thing to have,
did
but
was I stopped paying for Hulu and I started paying for this.
yeah.
I took off a streaming service and added this because this was more valuable to me. Alright, vark 0 dot product is less than vertex dot product I. That adds that, and then also we want to add the index. Okay, so this is going to give us the index of the 3 smallest ones here. And then what we'll do is we'll do update and dot product. I don't know why it wants to do I plus 1. Oh, I see. I think just doing I is all we need. Maybe I plus 1, we'll think about it. I'll think about that. That might actually need to be I plus 1. Then I think we get rid of this. And here we do the same thing.
So this will always only return 3, or the right number of corner points.
It should, hopefully.
So I think the reason this may break it in a certain way, I don't know, because I think but although honestly it may work exactly the same, because I remember thinking that at the time I did the thresholds and lowered the threshold, there was a certain situation in which it was breaking, or it was identifying something that wasn't a corner as a corner.
The
And
point here is just to find the 3 lowest dot products, which should be the 3 points that are most different, basically, in direction. The 3 vectors that are most different in direction. Now that
right,
I think about it, I see why it's doing the +1 now that I'm thinking about it, and this is, yeah, this should be that +1. Because we're using 3 points, I forgot, and we want the middle point, basically, because that's the one. Copilot knew before I did. Well, it works, but I don't know how well that's gonna look. How come it's not drawing? Debug draw. Does not seem to be
so
wanting to draw.
it may not be. How many points is it getting? 239, does that say?
Yeah.
Um,
Let me draw a better chart. Okay. No airing out. That's good. The only problem I have is the debug drawing isn't working. It could just be because we've changed the name of shit. And moved and changed things around. So let's go to the debug draw shit. Man, there's a lot of shit in here. Where's the debug draw?
usually I put it at the very bottom, but I don't think I did in this case. It's probably right after the
Yeah,
171.
right after the. Yeah, for me it's a lot shorter because we. Alright, so largest angle corner points. Is that still what I'm using? I forget. I don't think I'm using that. That's probably what it is. Largest angle corner points. Where is it? Where the fuck are they? No, I'm using. It's Vecks.Product indices. Man, there are 33 references to this.
References to what? Largest angle
The
corner
largest
points?
angle corner points. There's a lot that is not getting. I think it's all in the draw gizmos though, or maybe not.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like half of it is.
Yeah. Draw array, duplicate position. Okay, so this is some of the. Okay, we'll have to change a decent amount, but for now, just want to draw it. So let's go to. And I have. All right. So the thing I need is, I have the indices in the points list for it.
What
Do
do
we
you mean
store that points
indices?
list?
Oh, like okay, indices for the okay, yes.
Do we store the point lists anywhere, or do you just get it? Vector get drawing list vector state position. So I probably want to store this so I don't have to get the positions again. Or I could just store their values separately as another vector 3. Not the cleanest way to do it, but it would work. But at that point, why even do indices? Let's just make this a vector 3. Let's just call this corner points. And then that, and then that will be. This will be vector 3. This will be point. And down here, and this will be V2, or sorry, P1. This will be 1. Alright. Good. Now...
You just do a find and replace of largest angle corner with corner lowercase.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Did you replace all? Because you'll need to remove a reference at the top then.
Maybe I might have to do whole words and corner products. What's happening?
You might be getting a... Oh wait, what is happening? It's not even replacing it.
I mean, it did replace it. It's just like, so I undid it, but when I replace it, it's getting rid of... You know what? I'll just do it in the selection, because all I care about right now is the drawings. I don't care about the implementation. Selection. There we go. That's all I want. I might have been replacing something in the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think you would have removed at least the reference to... You would have updated the... You'd have 2 corner points, 2 things named the same thing at the top.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. Yep, that makes sense. Okay. Triangle.
It's a nice looking triangle.
Thank you.
What
Square, I think you mean.
what is actually being drawn by the debug there? Okay, is
That
that a
was a
square?
square.
Okay. The
Beautiful
same thing
square.
confused me last time.
There we go. Why? Oh, debug. Why? Why are you not working?
So this might go back to the... I'm not sure if you...
Drawing's not drawing any.
What state this is in, but this might go back to like the... I mean, you're only drawing one line, so I don't see why this would matter, but like... Basically, when I... was trying to get it to draw the points, I could get it to sometimes. It seemed like if I released both the buttons at exactly the same time or one before the other, I don't know, but like half the time I was able to return the points. The other half of the time I was just not getting them at all.
This is not the same issue, but let me do this. I'm going to see. See what those do. Okay. Okay, I think it was what I was having an issue with there. So red is drawing that. Okay, so I just need to add the transform positions to these because the drawing positions. I think these points are points relative in like rune model space. I think that's the difference. Is these points you need to add them to the world position. Let's hope that's the case.
So is there something different about the way your line renderer works where we were able to do it, just get the points without doing that before?
Probably. I probably do it in world position, world space, like I said.
Okay, so
or rather in local space. But these are clearly wrong.
So the line renderer, the built-in line renderer works off world space coordinates. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why my runes can move. Like, that's why if I move this transform...
That makes sense, yeah. Tricks.
Not working though, and maybe it's... So, I need to see what these dot products are. Let's go through and print them.
So, This is what I was saying about the threshold. Although yours looks totally wrong. It looks like it's on a straight line. Right. Or sorry. What are you debugging with the red, green, and blue there?
They're supposed to be the corner points. But
Okay.
we will see what's going on.
I would not
All
put
three
makeup
of
on
these
top
dot
of that. I would
products
let
come
it.
out to be -1, which is interesting. Which would mean that they're going exact opposite directions. Which doesn't make a ton of sense to me. Like, they're perfect opposites according to this. Let's see here. Let's just test something else then. So we're gonna go over here. We are gonna store these points just for now. We might get rid of it when we're done. I don't know what we need it for. But we're going to make a private list. Vector 3. And this is just gonna be vertices. And then we don't need it actually to be assigned. I'm not gonna actually change it. This will just remind me to get rid of it. Vertices. Let's try that. Why is that? Oh, sorry, get points. And then this is, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We'll do it twice, not super concerned. I'll be wrong. Alright, and then we'll go here. Make it magenta. So right now I'm just gonna draw every vertex to make sure that the vertices are like arranged in the way that I expect them to be. So we should see them. We should see like a gradual increase in coloring. But I have to add the position to it.
I'll be right back. My kids are being terrible.
I mean, I guess I'm a pretty sick guy.
Ah, that's why. I'm being silly, guys. Okay, I don't know if you're here, but I got it.
Alright, what's going on?
I saw. I forgot. I was accidentally sending. So my original thing, I was like, oh, it'd be so simple. I'll just send you the vertices from the message themselves, because the messages store the points. But the messages store not just the points; they store the vertices that I use to make the triangles. So I was actually sending you a lot of points that were
A lot of tiny
all over the
triangles.
place. Yeah, a lot of tiny triangles, but and like some of them obviously will be exact opposites of each other because they're just by virtue of the way it's the triangles were the way that making a mesh works. So I fixed it. It seems to be working.
Right on. So
and now
are
I'm
there
just
are
trying to get
the
your regular debug draws back. So now I just go through and store a list of the points. I was trying to avoid that, but it's probably fine. We'll see. Just take up a little bit of memory, but as long as we limit the size of lines in some reasonable way, that's fine. But
alright, the corners look good. There was a debug draw coming out from the corners to show the
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. Where I don't see where it gets set. I was looking at it in the so here's vectors for debug draw, right?
yeah.
6 references, and here they are, but I don't see where it was getting added. Unless maybe, you know what, I probably just deleted it.
Hold on, I'll look at mine. Vectors
I must have
for
just deleted it now that I think about it.
debug. Hold on, I'll tell you what you need to replace. Vectors for debug draw is declared there. So in what would have been getting the dot products before, what would have been my line 107, but like around the first line that you were debugging. Where are it?
Yeah.
But basically, whenever you're adding the corner point to the list, you can put in. I'll paste it into Discord.
Yeah, I forgot what we did, but it's basically gonna be is it just the angle out from the center that we're doing? I forget how we decided to draw those angles. Or is it just or were you drawing the vector, like the vector actually that between the two, the angles?
So we were drawing the vector. We were drawing the line going to the middle point and the line going out from the middle point to the next point. So it made like it like showed the corner basically. Actually, I'm not that interested in that. We can leave that out
you
if you
probably
want.
just want the white lines that were coming out, or the lines the raycast lines,
Yes,
right?
yes. So
Yeah,
that would
those other
be.
ones are not super relevant.
Yeah.
So we can get rid of vector for debug draw, right? These were just for us to confirm, but we know the corner point stuff is working.
Debug here. Here are the lines for. I'll paste them in Discord. Here are the lines for the starting at debug draw array. I'll just delete the other one. Those should still work, except you'll need to replace the.
Largest angle corner points. So this is just corner points, right?
So yeah, you're going
Corner
out from
points.
basically going outward from.
Oh, but we still don't have a vectors for debug draw being set.
Oh wait.
Also, I only have 2 lines. I feel like I should have 3. 1 for each corner.
Yeah.
This looks like kind of like the exact
No,
same
okay,
thing.
sorry. No,
I-
that is the same thing. My bad. It was separated in my code. Where am I drawing this?
To me, it would just be at that point you want to draw from the center out. It would be my guess. So like,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
you get center, if you would get the center and then draw a point out. I just don't know where.
Hold on, I think I got it.
Where you probably store that information already.
Here it is. Sorry, it's in. I don't see why you would have removed these though.
Maybe I just moved it
Under
by
duplicate
accident.
check, this the one. No wait, maybe this is not it.
I don't see anything called duplicate check. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's just
So, do you
forward.
still have the line under if forward raycast? Do you have debug.draw right there?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay. Where the fuck did I put
But you know
this?
the problem is you're using largest. We need to replace all these largest angle corner points. So these are can just be replaced with corner points, and then I can get rid of that largest angle corner points.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
are
need to do.
these even
So if I
the
get
right
rid of
thing?
this,
It must be the
go
right
over
thing,
this.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
this must be it. They're just not in the gizmos thing, so you can't turn those off, which is the only difference. All right, we're gonna take that and we're gonna rename that to corner points, and that should cover us. What's broken? It's telling me something's not broken. Current points. Oops, so that should be corner points. Undo. Corner. Oh my god, why are you not working? Why is corner points not being recognized? Because this never went away. There we go, finally. Stupid. Save. This should probably work. And it'll probably actually work. Like the rune will actually start working. Not drawing still, unfortunately. Why are you not drawing though?
See, it looks like go forward.
Oh, you know probably why? It's because these are relative to not the. I need to add the. We need to basically add the transform dot position everywhere. Which I guess just makes this 0. If you were subtracting it before. Because these are corner points in model space, not in object space or world space rather.
Yeah. So you should just be able to get rid of.
This. Come on. This is gonna be ugly code, but we can fix it later.
So anytime I want to, let's see,
Do anything with.
transform position, I need to use this draw position.
Anytime you want to do
Plus
anything
that.
with the point you need to add it to the draw position, because it's a point in like basically the model space of the drawing. It's a point defined just relative to the drawing itself, and then you need to put it into the world by adding the drawing position to it.
Okay, I'll need to keep that in mind for future.
It could be something, honestly.
That
There
looks
could
good.
be a way that we fix this, like man, it looks so weird. Like the weird of like how it's drawing. You see that? Like it's clearly coming out from the middle, but if I move a little left, it looks like it's coming out to the right. If I move a little right, it looks like it's coming out to the left. But I think it's doing its job.
Right on, right on. Put some fruits in that thing.
Does it not duplicate me anymore?
It does. I think I turned that off because I kept accidentally doing it so often. It's E now. That might be too close to the end. It's counting.
I see a bunch of clones. Oh, they're also probably being sent to the wrong spot. Right? Because they're not getting
Yeah,
sent
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
you're
wrong
right.
center.
Yeah.
That's a smoke duplicate. Would it be in here? Instantiate load object. Duplicate position. What are those positions?
So they're originally going to be set to like just somewhere out in random space. You don't need to worry about that one. But then they should be getting set to
There it is,
some
right here.
position
That's
along that line and a little bit up.
I should make it so that you don't have to do this. But
You don't want to do
for
it right
now.
now. Although
Yeah.
getting this back right now, I will say I'm glad that this rune is basically done, because it would take me a while to learn to figure out how to work in it again, I think, with all the changes. What else did I need to do for this rune? Nothing really. I needed to take into account the size of the object you're duplicating, because right now
Ugh, still cloning them in a weird spot. I should actually see where it's cloning them. Let's just do this. Let's find corner points and just add that to it everywhere. Oh, you know what? Well, I could just do it right here, and then I wouldn't need to. I could just do it equals plus. Don't that transform that position there. Now
yeah,
that's the
that's a
corner
great
point.
idea. That's a good idea.
Now we go through and remove it from where we had previously added it. Still not ideal, because like you're gonna have to remember
I mean, it's
that.
enough that I'll be able to still work in it the way I was before if I
Yeah.
need to change anything, so I'm all for it.
And that should, by default. But still, I should have them return in world space, because that's mostly where you're gonna be using it. In world space, like you probably won't be working in model space much. Let's see or not.
You can also just draw it in between those triangles. That's why they're aligned like a triangle. So I didn't have to keep doing what you're doing.
Alright, well, it's still not working. Where is it actually being spawned?
Why is it spawning so many is the question.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't
they
be
are spawning and just falling.
It's not okay, so it's not, it's also not okay. It may be that a timer is not working correctly or something. I don't know why that would ever change. Or that it's not. So go to duplicate check and look in there. That's where it would probably be needing to be updated. Something in here. Let me look at mine.
I haven't messed with any of this code other than what we just did.
But there's no, I don't know why it should be not like you know, it should be making 2 of the thing, not a billion. I'm not sure why that's happening now.
How does it work? Like, I would just, like, for whatever I'm duplicating, store the ID of whatever's being duplicated, and then
I honestly don't remember. It was so long ago that I did this.
Basically, I think what would make sense would be, okay, have that object in there, and you can have a timer, right? And then it recognizes that game object, it stores that game object ID. Once the timer hits 0, it duplicates it, and then it will, really, in my mind, the duplicate rune should probably just delete itself after that.
Yeah, I agree.
Just for simplicity's sake. But
it does deact, it does set a variable that says don't work after this, but it doesn't literally disappear, or is the way it was working. But huh.
Alright, let's find where duplicate position's being defined or set. Here it is. You know what, let's just debug draw the duplicate positions. Where's my debug draws?
Even if those positions are being set wrong though, like I still don't understand why it's making multiple.
Yeah, I'll figure that out later, but I am annoyed that it's dropping them into the world. What color? Magenta.
Alright, object to dupe. Choose object to dupe. That's the first method. If anything is hitting any of the raycast, object to dupe equals go forward. Game object forward. Game object right and game object left. Okay. Then what? Setting it to that. Then
is the duplicate position only defined when something's at the moment of being duplicated? It doesn't know. I guess it doesn't know the vectors at a time.
Choose object to dupe. Alright, we know it's that corner, so we get okay, it might be in choose object to dupe that's causing the issue, I think. Figure out where it says figure out where to create new dupe, safe position along raycast equidistant to the distant from the rune loaded to duplicate object. I bet it's in here. So at a point, I was like, I want to make the distance of the object you put down to be duplicated. I want the distance from the center of the rune of the triangle, rather, to be considered and taken into account when actually creating the duplicates and placing them. I don't actually think that needs to be done anymore, but that is still how it works.
Yeah, I mean, you can just place them right on the corner point, right?
So the reason I thought not to was thinking that it was if you put a very big object there, right? The reason for this originally, the idea was like if you put a very big object there and it's just touching the very edge of the big object, right? We want to move it further out from the center when it makes those duplicates so that it doesn't like...
Yeah, so you could probably I mean, assuming the big object is still outside of the triangle, you could get the position of the big object relative to the position of the point that it's connecting with.
You know what I'm also
and
realizing
then
that
just
too.
Make that an offset that you do when you spawn every single point. Just an offset along the out vector. So like basically you would get the distance of the center of the object from the it is a little bit more complicated because
I'm also realizing now if you can put an object big enough to trigger all the things, it's not going to recognize that there aren't multiple things there, which is fine actually, because then it just won't activate. Actually, that's fine. But I do think it's somewhere in here that's causing the issue.
I think honestly though, for the sake of user friendliness, like having them have to place it on the corners makes sense.
Yeah, they should. They currently they do have to place it on the corners.
No, like on the corner, like not have no ray cast out. Have it just be a collision box.
I mean, we could do that, but I don't really. I mean, functionally.
You could do a ray cast out still, I guess. But the point being is the new ones should just appear on the corners.
Right, it should appear on the corners with this way. But then it should all the way that it's in there right now is it should be slightly.
Well, I mean the way like it's working now, right? If you draw, here's our triangle, right? And you have these ray casts working out, going, this way, and this way. I could put my apple here. And it would get done, but really you should have the apple have to be here, and then it would spot here and here. It just simplifies the code. And also the user interface, like someone might be confused as to why something that was placed here gets
so
duplicated.
the reason that, here, let me go into Paint. So in your drawing, if like,
I can't see
sharing
you
my screen right now. So the idea of this was more that if I'm putting something that's like yeah, if it's an apple and it's this size, right? It doesn't really matter, but like the idea was if it was something huge, I could like cover the, sorry. If it's something this big, right? And I'm intersecting here, and we're just creating at the corners for the others, they're gonna be like here and here, right? They're gonna be like overlapping.
You can just do the offset instead. You can add that offset. So like if I go into Paint here, and it's a really big object, right? So it's something like this. Oops. And it's something like this. Then I can just take the offset of you know, the center of this object to this point,
Yeah.
and then I can use that offset when I'm setting the others, and they'll be placed exactly identically. It's a little more complicated than just using the offset because this offset is going to be a vector.
Yeah, I mean, we could change it to that. I don't think that'll functionally
like
matter
this.
for fixing this problem, but
Well, I just simplified some things. Like then we can literally just place things at the corner points, at least to debug right now, and that becomes simpler.
I mean,
But
if you
this
want
offset obviously exists.
if you want to change it to that if you want to change it to that, I don't, and you know, it works functionally the same. I don't care. Go ahead.
All right, so let's go in real quick for now. Like we'll still need to account for the offset stuff, but for now, let's just do. It picks the other two positions. So, okay, this is you just defining which corners.
This functionally is gonna say that. Or well, hold on. Doing this with colliders may cause you to have to fix some things in other
places. For now,
places
I'll keep it as raycast for now. I just want to
Okay.
make sure that thing. I'm just gonna try to get things to spawn where we want them to spawn. That's the first problem. Is like, why are these things still spawning in a bad spot? So I'm hoping that.
To me, the first problem is like, why are there so many of them being spawned? Like,
honestly, I care about that less than the multiple, because the multiple thing is an easy problem to solve, regardless of what the cause is. You know, we just have to get it to turn off. That's it, right? Is the problem, and we can.
They may be the same problem actually.
Yeah. All right, so right now, this should now put them on the corner points themselves, hopefully. So let's just see if that works. That's a terrible triangle. Oh, something still broke here. Interesting. I wonder what broke. 1 of 5. It's not super. Oh, the remove. We don't actually need to do this remove.
Yeah, I took that out of mine and it didn't seem to change anything.
Because I don't actually do the double point add anymore.
Okay, good enough.
Current positions count, but why is there no positions? That's very strange. Very strange indeed. We'll figure that out later. That's irrelevant for what's happening right now. Positions count is 56.
Let me look through here and I can see.
Oh, we're missing some. Okay, that changed some other things. It looks like because now this, unless hold on, maybe it's just a bad corner identification. Yeah, it's just bad corner identification. It's because it's finding this corner at the first and the last point. Interesting. I wonder if that was helping that.
The remove at, you mean?
0. Yeah.
Yeah, put it back in. Put it back in.
Yeah, for now.
Why did we well, you just thought it was unnecessary and
it shouldn't be necessary because I
shouldn't
be duplicating the point anymore, but we'll figure that out later. It's not super relevant again for rewarding. But it must just be it must be relevant in some way.
Right.
Okay. That looks better. Doing all its things. Alright. Why? Why are you still spawning in a place that makes no sense? Where are you even? That kind of looks really pretty. Look at this arc of apples.
That does look pretty. Are they all falling at the same speed?
I just froze the game. It's okay. It's spawning at like negative infinity, or infinity. 999999999.
Sorry,
That's
sorry.
very strange.
What is spawning at negative infinity?
These duplicates, not infinity, not infinity.
So if you
Okay,
go to,
here,
yeah,
this is what's happening.
yep.
Why are these?
So what's happening is it's instantiating something when something should be set that's not yet. Look, so if you go up to those if statements, we should be getting. Wait, hold on. Wait, sorry, that's just the rotation. No, okay, yeah, we're setting duplicate position 1, right? Isn't that where we're...
So this. So okay, so this is. But you never break out of this. Like, so how does this? Is there a reason why you're instantiating out in the nether world?
Just cause if you... I can't remember why I did that originally. Having them... Oh, because I wanted to destroy the... You could do it one of two ways. You can either... Because I need to know... Because because I need to know the type... Like, if I just copy the object type, right? I don't want to do that. I want to have all the characteristics. So I want to instantiate a direct reference to that instance of the object, which I can't do if it's already destroyed. So there's one of two ways I can do it. Either I move the... Either once it's... there's a process I call loading, which is like... You put something at a corner, a timer goes up, the timer dings, and then it says, okay, this object is loaded, it will be duplicated, and I'm going to stop looking for other things at this point. Then another timer counts up, then the things are created off in space. Then another timer counts up that simultaneously switches those things to the positions that they need to be in, and destroys the first one and makes the magic poofs all in the same.
Wait, so
thing.
why can't you just put it where it's supposed to be to begin with?
Because it needs to be because the thing it's referencing needs to be there at the time of instantiation in order to get all like to have the same properties as it. So if it's bigger, it's bigger. It will be bigger. I think is the way it works. I can't remember if I ever actually tested that. But
wait, but what do you mean by like the source object? Are you talking about
the
like,
thing you're duplicating? Yeah, like the
yeah. So the thing you're duplicating, but that is already going to be there, right? That'll be on the one side. So you can instantiate and remove all in one frame, and then delete all in one frame, and that'll work, right? So you could if you instantiate on the corners and then delete the existing one right after, then it will have existed when you're cloning it, when you're instantiating the new one. And then you'll just delete that there, and that will all happen in one frame. So then you won't need to spawn them out here.
yeah.
We can figure this out. We can honestly, we could probably go through this.
I also honestly, if there's a way to keep that,
through.
I also liked the way that if you instantiate them out in space, they look like they've fallen out of a void and have a random rotation and stuff to them. But
I mean, we could random rotate. That's not a big deal. And we could spawn them a little bit above the ground if that's what you're looking for.
It
But
already
for
is
now,
doing that.
for now, let's just we can refactor this code later, but first let's figure out why it seems like go forward, go right, or go left is not being set.
Yep, exactly.
So that's the issue right now. So let's just find out why those are not being set. There you go.
So also remember. Okay, so actually I explained this badly. Let me repeat how it works. when you have time to pay attention.
Yeah, first let's figure this out, and then we can. So here's where Gore is being set. I'm just gonna do some debug, or some prints here.
No, I know what it is. I think I know what it is.
What is
Now
it?
that I'm remembering what. Okay, the way it actually works, I explained that badly. There's two timers. One to get rid of the thing that the thing you're saying about instantiating at the time of moving it, I think, and deleting the other one all in one swoop does happen. There's one timer. So
Sorry, hold on. Zero and Sammy just got back from a
Okay.
hike, and we have to give him like tick checks right away because he
Okay.
comes back covered. But I will be right back.
Okay.
Alright, I need that.
Okay, so the way it actually works is there's two timers. One counts up because there's two poofs. Like you put a thing in the corner, you place it there. Timer runs up. It says ding, saves the object reference to that timer, poofs it away and destroys it, and creates the other ones out in far away in world space where you'll never see them, just falling, right? Then another timer runs up. There's another poof, and then it places those things at that.
So it's just that you have like a slight delay or whatever.
So yes, there's two poofs. Yeah, I think to read as, I don't want to lose that. To read as like a
Delete and then
this
yeah,
is
spawn in.
this makes this, right? Rather than
Yeah,
just
that's
like
fine.
this.
I mean, that's fine. There are other ways to do that. Like we could just, instead of deleting the object, we could turn off its renderer, right? Its mesh renderer, kind of thing.
As long as you turn off its collider too, I guess.
You just do this, right? Well, I guess you'd have to do it in the source object, but I guess that's not ideal.
But there's no reason. No reason we can't delete it. Actually, I was wrong about that. I need to have them. Like it instantiates the others. Then, but I don't actually know if it needs to necessarily. You could just.
Well, for now, let's just focus on problem one, which is why is this not setting properly, right? So why is this not setting the thing? So I'm gonna place this here.
Setting the positions to place at the corners. You mean? It's not in the yeah.
Right, hit right. It says hit right.
So look over on the
is null. Where did he set it? Load poof. Oh, the poof doesn't exist, probably because something weird happened.
Is it not in the resources folder?
Maybe it got moved.
I thought we put it in there. I know we put it in there originally.
It might just be that moving it fucked up with the
Or maybe you
attachment
put
to
it in.
the...
Did you put it in a subfolder? Maybe, I don't know if that
Let's
matters.
just go find the resources. Where is it? Yeah, prefabs, right? And then we want
Magic Tune Poof.
Magic
Yeah.
Tomb Proof.
Try moving that up a folder.
Well, where is the... How does it reference it? Resources.load. Okay. We got resources like, so maybe I can just do prefabs flash. That might work. Capital prefabs. Try that. Start with that. We keep it there. Every time we find one problem. We're investigating one problem. We find
Yeah.
5 others.
This script is slightly more complicated than I thought it was going to be to make.
I think refactoring will do wonders for it, but we can. That's a whole other time. Oh, that's not ideal. I don't think I did that right. How well it found. So it's doing that thing again, where it doesn't say. It doesn't seem to have the. Like something in general is broken here. Like it's not getting lines, and I wonder why that is. Let me just do something real quick. So this. Oh, you know what? I know why it is. 'Cause I'm an idiot. That's why. Go to. Because this only gets added. Where is it? Not there. It's here after a new line is created. So,
Yeah, this was the original thing that I thought was gonna have to be fixed.
So this, here's what we'll do. We'll do this. That goes here. And then at the start, I'm guessing that I already start with a list. Current lines, where is it? Current points. Okay, here we go. It's not ideal. This also probably needs to be. Why do I have this being done on a week? Doesn't matter. I think what was happening was I wasn't releasing left. I typically release left click before right click, and this time, I wasn't doing it, so it wasn't actually adding the line to the.
Yeah, that's the thing I was saying before. Like it seemed like it worked when I released them at the same time or something.
There we go. That works. Okay, easy enough. Done. All right. Give me a poof.
Yeah, look at that poof.
Hey, and it worked weirdly.
I gotta make that.
Maybe, oh, you know what was happening? It was breaking because it couldn't find that prefab. So when it couldn't find the prefab, it
is that
stopped
all?
running the
Okay,
script at
okay.
that point.
That would have been the
That's
last
what
thing
was
I would have
working.
guessed caused that issue.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. That makes sense because it can't find the prefab. Where the fuck is it? Here we go. It stops here, so it just never destroys.
Wait, well, why would it stop there? Why would it stop there though?
Because it can't find this prefab.
Oh, it just stops entirely if it can't run a line from a method?
It stops running the rest of this method, and it stops running the rest of that frame for that stack. So whatever what is like called in that stack, it just doesn't run anything else. As soon as that breaks, it'll restart the script, like it'll redo update at the next one.
Not at all what I thought was the issue.
Yeah. Okay, easy enough to fix. Prefab / magic tune proof. Nice and easy. We can keep them where it needs to be. Nice and organized.
Can you just set them a little bit out from the vector by? Well, we can figure that out from the center thing, like you were saying.
Yeah, I didn't remove any of. What is this duplication? Oh, this is something else. Okay, this is your raycast stuff. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. I right now I'm just setting them on the thing, but there will be an offset I think that we can do.
I mean, or if you don't
Basically.
want to do it, I can do it later, and you can just turn on the line thing back for now, and I'll do it a different way later.
Yeah.
Or it's whatever. Leave it as it is. Just leave the line stuff in case I want to turn it back on for any reason. Or like the ray stuff.
It's still giving me these. So this is a object not set to an instance of the object at line 391. But is it supposed to be deactivated now? And it's just because I'm running over the lines after it already did its thing.
So this is, what are we in? What method
Go
are we
forward to get. Oh, because the player is not object grabbable. Is that why?
in?
It's like it tries to get a component called object grabbable, and that should be the player, but the player is not object grabbable. So
Object
it doesn't get
grabbable
it.
are things that are grabbable, but I think I only set that to say don't start the timer until object grabbable or wait, what is it? If you do test for me, if you're holding the thing in your hand while it's intersecting with a line, you should be able to just draw another triangle and use one of these. If you're holding the thing in your hand while it's being hitting the raycast, does it still work? Because I thought I put it in to say to get information out of object grabbable and say like if I'm being held right now, don't start the timer yet. But maybe I didn't. I can't remember.
No, it's not doing anything, so it seems to be working there.
Okay, so that's what that is. Why we're getting that component. I'm pretty sure.
No, there's something still happening where like if I run over this, it's giving me this error.
Oh yeah, and that's fine. It's just looking at you and looking for that and saying no. But so you could do try.
Yeah,
get.
but this is so basically this is going to like that's the similar thing. This is actually erroring out, which means that no code after that is going to be committed.
Yeah, I don't think that will actually matter, but you can do try get. You can do try get.
Yeah, we should just anytime you see an error, we should avoid it. Because then if I wanted to go into your code and add something after that, I wouldn't know right away why it's breaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be confusing. So we should do a try get there, but I'll just do a.
All it is really doing is starting the timer, so it really should. And I mean, who knows what you might want to add there? So yeah, you can make try get component and do an if statement for if it's null. That's fine.
I'll just add a fix me here. Okay. Well, most of it works. We can mess with the rest of it later. But it is fixed now relative to what else? To what was happening before. So now everything should theoretically work. I think we still technically have to fix the square, the attraction rune, but we know how to do that too.
I can, you don't need to do anything else for that, I don't think.
Yeah.
All that stuff is just my stuff. Right on. Thank you. Can you push this?
Yeah, I'll push it. Let me remove those print statements too, because.
You can probably remove all this shit at the bottom too, honestly.
Oh, we're at the that's the triangle rune. That's a different rune.
Yeah, okay. I probably did remove it at the bottom then. We will need to do the same thing exactly for the combine rune. A lot of the same changes. You don't have to do that right now. I can try to look at what you did to mine and translate it into the combine rune.
Okay. Yeah, if you can't figure it out, I can jump in and we can fix it together. But yeah, this basically gets it started. This is, wasn't too hard. It's I don't mind doing stuff like this sometimes because it's just easier than doing the math stuff, which is sometimes.
So the only thing that needed to be done was the changing the way we got the dot products and that list, right? Now that the magic tune poof thing is fixed, And sorry, did we fix that just by putting it in? Well, how do we fix that?
I just made the I told it what folder it was in because we had moved it to a folder, so I just added this prefabs folder.
Okay.
Prefabs/magic.
Okay. So yeah, if I fix that and I fix the way it's getting the
Corner points
mimic
and
the way
shit.
you're getting the points and angles. So fix
Yeah.
like the get.product. Actually, just copy the get.product method basically and do that. It should work in the combine rune, right?
Yeah, theoretically that should be all that needs to be done.
Because you didn't, that whole thing about like translating the, you know, the drawing local space, world space stuff, that's
That
all
will be
done the
done.
way
That's done right in
you
here.
okay.
Yeah.
So I don't
That's just
need to
done in
change
the
anything
update
else.
minimum dot product method. So as long as you copy that
Yeah, okay,
along with
so then I
it.
should be able to fix the combine then, that should be fine.
Oh, this does need to go away. Which means that somewhere in gizmos we can get rid of this. And up here we can also get rid of, where did I put it? This. I'm also going to get rid of anything that has 0 references to it. I'm going to get rid of this too because it also has 0 references, 0 references. Okay, I think that's all I need. These have 0 references too. Corner point largest 3. Get rid of those.
Oh yeah, and I'll need to replace corner point largest angles with whatever data structure you're using to hold that now.
Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. I removed the old data structures entirely, so it should be pretty
So
easy to track.
corner point largest angles is now just corner points, right? Or
Yeah, just cut the points themselves. So we have corner points and we have well, where is it?
so
We
wait,
have
just
vertex dot products, which really should just be vector. Well, whatever. Vertex dot products. Maybe I should just call this dot products.
is vertex dot products replacing something in my a data structure in my old?
I think it was kind of equivalent to your smallest angle. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm tracking. It's not exactly equivalent. It's not really replacing much. But basically, I'm just taking it's a way of tracking the smallest 3 dot products. Alright, vertex dot products. We'll actually should rename that anyway to vector dot products, so not vertex dot. Vector dot products. Alright. Get rid of all these. Should probably add some comments into here as to why we do this twice. I'm pretty sure it's just because we need to do the last point and the
Yeah, I
point
mean,
after.
yeah.
That would just be. This could even just be. I didn't even know it just. Okay. That should work. Let's just do one last run to make sure I didn't break anything when I was cleaning up. And then I'll commit it and push. like it's working. Yeah, looks good.
You need to make the poofs smaller. That's another thing I meant to do, is make the object size determine the size of the poof.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, let me pull this. I'll see if I can fix the combine today. And then I can work on Dungeons and Dragons.
Pushing that out. Should be available in the line render interface branch. Alright. I'm gonna take a bit of a break.
I will pull that and see if I can fix the combine.
Alright.
You're not about to be if you don't shut your mouth.